was tough to watch. That was an absolute snooze fest of a Sunday. Goodness me. That was a really, really poor day of rugby league. We saw one game where it was an absolute... What's the word I'm looking for? It was an absolute poo slinger. That first game, Dolphins and the Knights, that was a shocker. A game of football. That was terrible to watch. And then Cronulla travelled 3 hours down to the nation's capital and they beat the Raiders 40-0. What a terrible Sunday that was. This review might be the shortest one of the year because I do not have a whole lot to say. That was terrible. I'm not going to lie. When I was watching that Canberra versus Cronulla game, when there was 15 minutes to go, I laid back on my couch and I genuinely fell asleep for a good 10 minutes. I won't lie. I woke up and it was still 40-0. What a terrible fucking game of football that was. Now, as always, guys, if you're new around here, don't forget to like the video, live stream, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Apologise about the lack of energy, but those two games just sucked it out of me. Sucked the juice out of me. Gave me no energy at all. That was terrible to watch. I'm still yawning. That's how bad it was. I'm still yawning. That's how bad the games were today, man. Knights over the Dolphins. I mean, congratulations to the Newcastle Knights. No one gave them much chance or hope to win today. They were paying about, I think, $2.80, $2.70 on the odds. So, good value for Newcastle. They went up to Suncorp Stadium in front of a very, very shit crowd. Probably, I reckon 15 to 17,000 were there, man. I don't even know what the crowd was. It was terrible. Hello to chat. Hello to Jim, Jason, Josh, Will, Tommy Mitchell, GTT, Jim the Chooks fan. Yeah, hope you guys are all doing good. This review won't be long, man. Couple of things that I want to note from the Dolphins and Knights game. Dolphins led 18-6. I mean, Newcastle Knights led 18-6 and held on 18-14. The Knights did score 2 tries in the last 3 minutes, but ended up losing the game by 4 points in the end. Was 18-14 in favour of the Knights. Dolphins were pretty bad most of the game. Pretty bad. They just kept bombing chances. They kept dropping the ball. Their attack was nowhere near their best. They were terrible, the Dolphins. They really were terrible. A couple of players who I thought were good in that Dolphins and Knights game. I thought the fullback for the Knights had a great debut. David Armstrong. He was absolutely fantastic. Oh, shit. We got a donation. We need to get to that. A. Wade or Wadey. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. I do apologise, but thank you very much for the $5. Get yourself a nice can of Coke after that disappointing game. Well, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. A.L. Wade or Wade. I think it's Wade. Thank you very much for the $5, man. Really appreciate that. And yeah, I will. I think I need one after that. That was a stinker of a game, man. Oh yeah, but the fullback for the Knights, he debuted today. He was very good. David Armstrong. He was probably my player of the game. He was very good, man. Dane Gagai was outstanding in the centres. Hastings and Gamble actually worked as a combination for once. Kai Pearce-Paul looked very dangerous with the football. Phoenix crossing off the bench brought a lot of energy to the side. And, you know, for the Dolphins, I thought Trey Fuller played pretty well again. I thought Jake Averillo had some good touches. I thought, who else? I thought Max Plaff, actually. the jersey 13 for the Dolphins. I thought Max Plath was really good. I thought he had a really strong game today. I'm trying to think of who else. Oh, the back rower that I think it was his second game. Orn Keeley. He played well. He did score a try. It was definitely him, probably a forward pass, but got away with it in the end. Anyway, the Knights get it done. 18 points to 14. Very scrappy game. Good old-fashioned poo slinger. I think David Armstrong, probably the correct guy for player of the game. And we'll go to the other game. I'm not going to spend long on this. Canberra versus Cronulla in Canberra. Cronulla win 40-0. 40-0. Canberra without Fogarty are a legit bottom 4 team. They are a legit bottom 4 team without Fogarty. Shout out to York for the $3 super chat as well. Finns down. Well, you're not wrong. Finns were truly down. Canberra were at home today. It was Ricky Stewart's 500th game as head coach in the NRL. Head coach. They had a lot to play for. They had a lot to get up for. And they didn't show anything. They were embarrassed, bro. When it was 12-0 Cronulla, Danny Levi drops a ball. He catches the ball, then he runs, and he would have scored, but he drops the ball. It should have been 12-6 or whatever. And it would have been a completely different game. And then it ends up being 40-0 Cronulla. Just embarrassing. Embarrassing stuff. Where to for Canberra? Jamal Fogarty's out for another 11 to 12 weeks. And they don't have an easy run coming up. They got to play Manly at Brookvale next week. Then they play Finn had the bye, and then they got Magic Round against the Dogs. The Dogs won't be easy to beat at Magic Round. Dogs have been good the last few weeks. So, Canberra in trouble, man. KO Weeks, I'm not going to blame the kid for, for a bad game, but he obviously isn't the halfback for Canberra going forward. I think if Canberra fair income, they will go to the open market and try and get a halfback for the rest of the year. Whether that be a backup halfback at an NRL club, whether that be a halfback from New South Wales or Queensland Cup, and they go with Strange and someone else, because Canberra need a halfback, and they haven't got one at the moment. They just don't have one. Maybe someone like Toby Sexton goes to Canberra on a loan deal. Maybe someone like Jake Clifford goes there on a loan deal. Maybe someone like Jack Cogger goes there, or Brad Schneider. I don't know. They need someone to go there, because if Canberra are going to rock Strange and Weeks for the rest of the season, or until Fogarty comes back, which is like round 21, I don't see how the Raiders are going to win many games. They might be able to win a game or two against a team like the Titans or someone down the bottom, Newcastle. I don't know, man. They're in trouble, the Raiders. I'm not sure what happens. The last 2 weeks have been flogged. Broncos killed them last week. And then they didn't really have any... Well, I mean, obviously the Broncos destroyed them last week. But they were never in that game. And then today, they had a whole week to prepare without Fogarty, and they got embarrassed like that. So, yeah, they got to work it out, the Raiders. But the Sharks were great. Sharks were great, man. Clinical. Attack was great, man. Hines was killing it. Daniel Atkinson did well at 5'8". Hazelton for the middle. Absolute nightmare. McInnes and Nakora were great. Everyone's just doing their role. Cronulla. That young centre, Kayla Hero's going good. Katoa was good. Kennedy was a bit quiet, but Sharks were very good. 40-0. Too good. Not much more to say. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up, I think. That was a really shit Sunday. Hopefully we get some better games next Sunday. I think we got Sharks-Dragons next Sunday, which will be good. I know the Dragons got flogged the other day, but with it being the local derby, Shane Flanagan having a few things to say in the media. That'll be interesting. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching the review. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And see you guys.